Welcome, new and old friends. My name is 242, and today I have 3 tales from tech support for you. Please don't forget I have merch and a Patreon if you wish to help this channel. Let's start this Freaky Friday. Grab yourself a tea or coffee. Things are about to get interesting. User states, I can only open one program at a time in my browser. By G. Smith 2885. I work for a large multinational in-call center as a level 1 tech support. At peak times, we have between 20 to 30,000 employees connected to our network. Our users use various applications, many of which run in browsers. Some of the programs require Chrome, some require Internet Explorer. I've been doing this for long enough that I have a pretty good understanding of how everything works, but I have been surprised a few times. Now, on to the story. Me, blah blah, how can I help you? User, I can only open one program at a time in my browser. Me, I already know where this is going. What program are you attempting to use and in which browser? User, I'm using X program and Y program. I tried in Chrome and Internet Explorer. Me, okay, that's a bit odd. These should work in both browsers. Let me remote in and see what is happening when you launch them. Establish remote access. Me, okay, show me what is happening. User launches X program in Internet Explorer. It appears to be working. User then launches Y program in the same tab. User, now when I go back to X program, I'm logged out. I need both to be running at the same time. Me, let me show you how tabs work in your browser. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this user did not know that tabs were a thing. She also didn't know how to open a second browsing window. I was truly surprised. I had heard of this kind of thing, but I'd never seen it before. Why is the phone software not working? By Razurak. A few years ago, when I was still with an internal IT department, I got a call from someone who was working at our hotline support. He mentioned that the telephone software wasn't working and he couldn't make it connect with his phone so that he could accept hotline calls. Since this usually meant that the account in question was locked, but I couldn't see any evidence that it was in the system. The account seemed fine, so I got off my seat and walked down to his desk. The conversation went as followed. Me, so can you tell me how you tried to log in and connect with your phone? User, I just entered my password and desk phone number, but it gave me an error saying can't find account info. Me, and you're sure you entered everything correctly? Because that error normally means that at some point you made a typo. User, in a rude tone, I do this every day. Of course I know how to put in my information. Me, of course, I understand. So could you maybe show me? User proceeds to enter his information and stops before hitting login. There, that's what I type in every morning. Me, I check if everything seems fine, but something seems off. Without saying a word, I moved his mouse to the field with the desk phone number and added a single missing digit. Hit enter, and voila! Login successful. He just then grumbles, took his keyboard and mouse, and made me leave. Also, before someone asks on how he was able to call if he couldn't log in, the software is only used for the hotline stuff. You can still make normal phone calls even if you aren't logged in. What is communication? By Prochimel. Be me, working as a tech for a rather small MSP. Many of our clients were small startups that had a short 6 to 12 month contract to help them get started up until they were able to afford their own in-house IT. We also had a few big clients, 3,000 plus employees. These clients all had their own IT departments, and depending on the contract, we would be either T1 or T2 plus support. The particular client in this story was the biggest kind, and we were taking over T1 support role, which usually involved taking on issues that could be solved remotely. AD, password reset, account unlock, voicemail pin reset, etc. Anything that had to be solved on-site would be escalated to their on-site IT. Keep in mind that this client was in the healthcare field. So, I was relatively new to the company when we started the contract with this client. I was about 7 months in. My colleagues and I helped my boss draft the rules and adherences contained in the contract. After all, we were the ones that would be doing most of the legwork, so it was only fair that we would have some say towards the work that we would agree to. After some back and forth with the client, we agreed to take over the T1 support role. And all the access was set up accordingly. We were given an account in their domain with a limited admin access. Just enough to do the essential operations that we need to do. This account was shared between me and my colleagues. 4 weeks in, everything is fine. 6 weeks in, client hires a new system admin to handle on-site service responsibilities. The contract was then renegotiated to assign some specific responsibilities back to the system admin. The most important thing to remember that there was no mention of adjusting our account privileges in the new contract, because in a case of emergencies where their staff was limited or unavailable, it would be beneficial to allow us to handle some of the now system admin's responsibilities. In clients' eyes, we've proven our trustworthiness, and all the issues thus far had been handled with appropriate urgency, so they had no problem with allowing our account to keep the same access. 9 weeks in, colleague gets a access denied error when we're trying to unlock a user's account. I tried it on another DC, same issue. Weird. Let me call client and ask one of the techs if they know anything about this. Tech is one of client's technicians. SA is client system admin. Me is me. Tech. IT at client. How can I help you? Me. Hey, yeah, it's me from my company. We were trying to unlock a user's account, but we got access denied. Any idea if our permissions were changed or something? Tech. Not sure. I don't usually mess with that stuff. Let me transfer you to SA. He probably knows more about this. What account do you need to unlock? I can do it for you. I give him the username of the user, he unlocks the account, and then transfers a call to SA. SA. IT, this is SA. Me. Hey SA, it's me. We were trying to unlock a user's account, but we got an access denied error. Any idea if our permissions were adjusted? SA. Oh yeah, I adjusted some of your permissions to remove some things that you didn't need since I can handle them here now. I must have removed another permission by accident. I'll add it back now. Me. Thanks, SA. Also, next time you plan on editing our permission, kindly let us know so that way we can discuss it in a meeting. SA. Okay, well, it's my domain, so I don't need your permission to make edits. Me. I understand that, but the agreement between our representative parties states that our domain account should keep the same access as before you came on board. When you get a chance, please go over it with your supervisor. He should have a copy of the contract. SA. Okay, I don't see why it's such a problem. Me. Well, the user that called in today needed to sign in, distribute medication to a patient. We almost missed the window because of this. SA. Oh, well, when that happens, you need to make sure you contact us right away so we can resolve it. Me. Yeah, that's what we did, but actually, never mind. Thanks, SA. Take care. I hope he didn't completely miss the point. Essay. By the way, I was thinking about getting rid of your general account and instead giving your team each individual accounts. Is that okay? Me. That sounds like a good idea, but again, it is not in the contract. Let's discuss it in the next meeting before agreeing to anything, okay? Talk to you later. Another week goes by, and there has been no meeting yet. User from client calls complaining that they are unable to print to a specific printer. User confirms the printer is turned on. I try pinging the printer, got a response. I guide the user through accessing the printer spooler, and sure enough, there's some corrupted document blocking the queue. No worries, I'll just go into the printer service and clear it up and then have the user reboot the printer. I try to sign into the printer service, and access denied. Great. Time to call client. Tech. Hi, this is Tech. How can I help? Me. Hey, it's me. Can I speak to SA, please? Tech. Oh, he's actually out today. What's wrong? Me. I think he adjusted our permissions without telling us again. Can you check to see if any of our permissions are changed? Tech. Let me see. Yeah, looks like it's been modified yesterday. Huh. I see some new accounts assigned to you guys. Not sure what that's about. Anyways, what you need? Facepalm. Was I talking to a brick wall last week? I proceeded to explain the printer issue and he resolved it. I didn't get into the issue with SA because I would have felt bad giving Tech an earful about his own colleague. Anyways, these little permission issues happened for another few days before we finally managed to get a meeting going between all of us. And yes, my boss received many complaints from me and my colleagues explaining this. Additionally, some of the issues were addressed with SA over email, so best believe I also sent these email chains to my boss for hard evidence of SA's misconduct. 2 new members to the scene. Boss, my boss. CIO is SA's boss and CIO of the client. Boss. Hey all, so the primary reason for the meeting is to discuss this ongoing permission issue that we've been encountering. On multiple occasions, we've tried to do certain pre-approved operations on your domain and we've met with an access denied error. Any idea why this may be happening? He already knew that SA is at fault due to our complaints, but to mitigate an immediate accusation of hearsay, he likes to start these types of meetings in an open-ended manner. CIO, from what I heard, you guys have been accessing platforms you should no longer have access to, and CA has been modifying your permissions accordingly. Boss, yes CIO, but as I recall, the revised contract states that we were to continue to have access to the same platforms in case your texts aren't available. I'll forward you the latest version now. CEO receives contracts and looks at the section boss mentions. CEO. Yeah, that's right actually. Then why did you guys agree to the permission changes? Boss, I don't remember agreeing to anything. Me, did you agree to anything? Oh, so CA was lying to his own boss about us agreeing to the account changes. Very professional. Me. Nope, I suggested a communication be sent in advance if changes were going to be made, or that a brief meeting be held at the very least. But I have yet to receive anything. Essay. Well, if I may interject here, I believe that we once again need to renegotiate the terms of our agreement because I don't feel safe having an MSP with access to all our platforms. Can I propose giving them each individual accounts, with boss being the only one having elevated permissions? CIO. That sounds like a good idea. I hadn't thought of that before. What do you guys think? Wait, he's already created these accounts. So he also did that behind his boss's back? Is this guy serious? Boss, that sounds good, but please send us at least 2 days notice of when you plan to put this into action, with permission for us to test these accounts' access before we actually begin using them. SA, of course. Boss, alright. Me, I want you and your colleagues to test the permission for these accounts when available and report back to me. Me, sure. 1 week later, account credentials are received. We all sign in and test. Everything seems good. Only boss has access to some critical services. The rest of us have enough access to resolve nearly any type of ticket that I could think of. 2 weeks with the new accounts, no issues. Then, a dreaded phone call from client. Me. Hi, this is me. What did you guys do? One of our servers rebooted in the middle of the workday. Did you push out an update? Me. Help you? Me. Oh, hi, SA. No, we didn't push any updates. You're the only ones in charge of updates. SA. Yeah, but your boss still has access to the server, right? Me. Yeah, he's the only one with access, but he's not in the office right now, so he couldn't have done anything. SA. So one of you probably got his account info and signed in to push an update, right? Me. What? No! That defeats the entire purpose of creating our individual accounts. SA. Then why the hell did the server SA. Oh, never mind. There's a power failure error in the logs. Disregard, but please don't share accounts with each other. What? Okay, as long as he understands that we had absolutely nothing to do with this, then he shouldn't feel the need to address anything to us, right? 1 week later. I walk into work and I'm greeted by a friendly question from my coworker, which at this point damn near gives me PTSD. Hey, me, can you try resetting the user password for client? For some reason, I'm getting access denied error. For anyone wondering, there was no official resolution set in place for SA as far as I know. There was an incident with him that ended up making me quit. Maybe a story for another time. But as far as I know, he's still there, making someone else's life miserable. What do you think of these stories? Tell me down below. That SA guy really got my blood boiling. If you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button and make sure it feels it. If you want to help this channel, then subscribe and turn that pretty bell to all notifications. But if you want something extra, then check out my merch. It's different since I last talked about it. Also, check out my Patreon. There are some really cool bonuses you might like there. Come back this spooky, scary Sunday for our night stories. I hope you have a good day.